Lawyer jokes. Two law partners hire a new cute, young secretary and a contest arises between them as to who can bed her first, even though the Euro trademark both already married. Eventually one of them scores with her and his partner is quite eager to hear how things went. Euro, so what did you think, Euro, he asks. Euro replies the first lawyer, Euro, my wife is better. Euro, some time goes by, and then the second lawyer goes to bed with the secretary. Euro, so, Euro asks the first guy, Euro, what did you think? Euro, the second guy replies, Euro, you were right. Euro. Blonde jokes. A blonde woman is driving down the road. She notices that Euro trademark is low on gas, so she stops at a gas station. While Euro trademark is pumping her gas, she notices that she locked the keys in the car. So when she goes inside to pay, she asks the attendant for a hanger so that she can attempt to open the door herself. She returns outside and begins to jimmy the lock. 10 minutes later, the attendant comes out to see how the blonde is faring. Outside the car, the blonde is moving the hanger around and around while the blonde inside the car is saying, Euro, a little more to the left, Euro, a little more to the right, Euro, Euro. Yo mama jokes. Yo mama's so fat. Your family portrait has stretch marks. Dirty jokes. A waitress walks up to one of her tables in a New York City restaurant and notices that the three Bulgarian businessmen seated there are furiously masturbating. She says, what the hell do you guys think you are doing? One of the Bulgarian men says, can't you see? Vera all very hungry. The waitress makes a stroking motion and says, so how is whacking off in the middle of the restaurant going to help that situation? One of the other businessmen replies, the menu say, first come, first served. Marriage jokes. This 80-year-old couple were celebrating their 60th anniversary and the wife says to her husband, honey, let's get stark naked and sit at the dining table and eat our dinner. As they sat at the dining table, the wife says, honey, I am beginning to get very hot and very aroused. The husband says, that is because you have your tits in the soup. Chuck Norris jokes. When Chuck Norris cuts onions, the onions cry. School jokes. A minister told his congregation, next week I plan to preach about the sin of lying. To help you understand my sermon, I want you all to read Mark 17. The following Sunday, as he prepared to deliver his sermon, the minister asked for a show of hands. He wanted to know how many had read Mark 17. Every hand went up. The minister smiled and said, Mark has only 16 chapters. I will now proceed with my sermon on the sin of lying. Dirty jokes. What's the rudest type of elf? The go fucky hours elf. School jokes. Dad, I don't want to go to school today, said the boy. Why not, son? Well, one of the chickens on the school farm died last week and we had chicken soup for lunch the next day. Then 3 days ago one of the pigs died and we had roast pork the next day. But why don't you want to go today? Because our English teacher died yesterday. Jokes about life. An engineer crosses a road when a frog calls out to him, if you kiss me, I'll turn into a beautiful princess. He bends over, picks up the frog and puts it in his pocket. The frog speaks up again and says, if you kiss me and turn me back into a beautiful princess, I will stay with you for 1 week. The engineer takes the frog out of his pocket, smiles at it and returns it to the pocket. The frog then cries out, if you kiss me and turn me back, I'll do whatever you say. Again the engineer takes the frog out, smiles at it and puts it back into his pocket. Finally, the frog asks, what is the matter? I've told you I'm a beautiful princess, I'll stay with you for a month and do whatever you say. What more do you want? The engineer says, look, I'm an engineer. I don't have time for a girlfriend, but a talking frog, now that's cool.